describing. So we're going to start by describing the principal parts of verbs. The principal parts of verbs. Look at this verb here. Where is the main verb? See is the main verb. And the past simple is?
So.
So, and the third form is?
Seen.
Seen. And so if we're going to use it in the progressive, we're going to use ing, it will become seen. So here in English grammar, the term principal parts describe the basic forms of a verb. Describe what? The basic form, including the base or infinitive, the past tense, or what? The participle. So here we're talking about present and the past tense and the participle. So we're going to describe the form of the verb in different ways, like here, like see, so, and with perfect tenses, we're going to use the third form, seen, if it's irregular, okay?
Okay.
So from the base form, one can derive the third person singular, like for example, look. I can say I look, we look, you look, and they look. But if the subject is he or she or it, so the verb will take S. So we're going to say he looks, she looks, or it looks. Okay?
Okay.
And the present participle here is ing. If you add ing to the verb, it will become present participle. It will become what?
Present participle.
Yes, it will become present participle like looking, seeing, okay?
Okay.
For irregular verbs, we're going to focus on regular verbs, not irregular. But also we're going to focus on regular verbs. So here, in order for new English learners to best understand how not to make mistake when conjugation irregular verbs, one must what? Grasp the concept of the principal parts of regular verbs. In most cases, verbs will change uniformly when we add ed. So in the past, we're going to add ed. If the subject is he or she or it, we're going to add s. And for the present participle, we're going to add ing to the verb. Like when I say, I am watching, he is watching, we are watching, and so on and so forth, okay?
Okay.
However, irregular verbs which defy the usual patterns often change spelling entirely depending on the test. So for irregular verbs, everything will going to change, like not in all cases, but for example, when I say, for example, see, so see is the past is so the spelling is totally what is totally here different from see, okay?
Okay.
For example, in the case of verb to be, in the present am is are, in the past was or were, in the past participle it will be what? Been or been, and in present participle it will be being, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so here we have to what? we have to focus on here, on this case, for the principal parts of verbs, like as I told you here, like using see, so, seen, and seeing. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Uh, So again, in order to summarize what we have covered here for principal parts of verbs, we're going, so here the first, the base form is see, the second form is so, and the third form is seen, and we call this past participle. But seeing is the present participle. Okay, Dana?
Okay.
So present participle, it means we use it in the continuous tenses, like present continuous and the past continuous. But the third form, past participle, we use it in the perfect tenses, like present perfect and past perfect. Okay.
Okay.
طيب.